begin with your decision. You're at your home, Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, late July with your family, and you make this historic decision. Tell me the story.
Look, the polls we had showed that it was a neck-and-neck race. Would have been down to the wire. But what happened was a number of my Democratic colleagues in the House and Senate thought that I was going to hurt them in the races. And I was concerned if I stayed in the race, that would be the topic. You'd be interviewing me about why did Nancy Pelosi say, why did someone, and I thought it'd be a real distraction, number one. Number two, when I ran the first time, I thought of myself as being a transition president. I can't even say how old I am. It's hard for me to get out of my mouth. And, but things got moving so quickly, it didn't happen. And the combination was that I thought it was a critical issue for me, still is, not a joke, maintaining this democracy. But I thought it was important because although it's a great honor being president, I think I have an obligation to the country to do the most important thing to do, and that is we must defeat Trump.
But he dropped out of the race because his party performed a nonviolent coup on him. Okay, so Joe Biden, great defender of democracy, turned out to be a victim of Democrat democracy, their version of it, where majority rules. You know, we actually live in a republic, okay? A democracy is two wolves and a lamb deciding what to have for lunch. But that's the way the Democrats like it. They like mob rule. So when they say we're defending democracy, they mean it. But no, Joe was, the victim of a coup. That party always talks about how they're going to preserve democracy, yet they took him through a primary. Sure, it wasn't the most honest primary, but it was their primary. The people said they wanted him based on that primary, based on those votes. And first sign of trouble, they said, no, we're into permanent power, so we got to ditch Joe and go with someone who has not received one vote ever in a presidential contest, be it a general or primary.
Yeah. Madeline, I want to get you in on here. What's your response to what he said in that video? He was forced out.
I'm not surprised. These people are diabolical.
Yeah.
They're diabolical and they're dastardly. Okay. And it's like they will do whatever they need to do. Right. First of all, we need to be asking questions about Kamala. All right. And why she covered up, for Biden. Why, she came out to the media so many times. Her and that press secretary saying that, the doctors are saying that he's in 100% health and he is sharp as a tack and he's this and that. All right. So we never really got a clear explanation of why Joe Biden dropped out until just now. All right. And that's scripted too. These people have script writers. They write whatever it is that they're going to say. Right. None of that stuff is authentic. None of it is in their own words.
You in here, Jade, because you heard what Madeline said. They're not authentic. Everything is rehearsed. And he dropped out. Basically, he was forced out. He was forced out by the Democrat elites like Pelosi. Kamala was right there behind him,
of course,
egging him on in the beginning, and then now she's the nominee. Are everyday people getting this, Jade? Do you believe that this is getting through to the everyday person who's not listening to politics, but the independent voters that we need?
No, it's not. They don't care. They don't even care how dirty they did RFK Jr. As the day of the debate, he was the only candidate that was on all 50 ballots for all the states, and nobody cares. Everybody is about emotion. I work with the public, and I'm in intimate settings with people all day, and they talk to me, and they say, but Trump, but woman, but black. That's all they say. Like, people really don't get it. Look, This administration has put us in a survival mode.
How hard has inflation hit you?
It hit me hard. It's hitting me hard.
Who do you blame for it?
I blame the federal government at this point. If a working class mom who works as a paralegal cannot buy a $2 bell pepper because it's now $5, imagine a mother living on food stamps. Imagine a mother who's making minimum wage trying to feed children. They're killing us without killing us. If you understand that. They're killing us without telling us they're killing us. They're hurting people in ways that they can't help themselves. It's either feed my child or how about feed my children and I don't, but I have to go work.
Okay. You know, I shared in my speech, I've been working 6 days a week and I make a livable wage. I make a decent salary and I'm tired, but I have so much passion and, you know, so I'm going to, you know, be half awake and I'm still going to read something. But that's me. You know, people got their kids, their health problems. You know, they keep us in a state of high adrenaline, fight, flight, freeze, or fawn that you don't have time to think about what's going on at your school boards, at your kids, and the gender agenda. You know, that, you know, basically they did a coup on the president. You know, they don't think about these things. They're just like, yeah, whatever, you know, life goes on. You know, no, people don't get it. They don't. It's very sad. They don't.
It is. It's very sad. And Shirley, I
see in the comments here, somebody said that 14 million people voted for Biden and not Kamala. And that's the God's honest truth, right? Also, 14 million people voted in the primary that they completely ignored. Okay. So those all those 14 million Democrats who voted for Joe Biden and not Kamala, and they just, you know, installed Kamala into the presidential, you know, nominee position, you know, those 14 million votes are up for grabs. You know,
well, that's the question. That's the question. I want to get you in on this, Shirley.
That's the way I see that. You got 14 million votes up for grabs because those people have to feel disenfranchised. Right. They have to feel like their vote didn't count. When they say that the vote didn't count, those 14 million votes did not count.
So the passage that comes to my mind is the thief comes to steal, kill, and destroy. And that is exactly what the Democrat Party, particularly the progressive wing of the Democrat Party, this is what they've been doing. They cheat in elections. They kill people with the KKK. They destroy the same democracy that they love to purport out to the public. They are thieves. They will kill and they will destroy. They destroy cities. They destroy people's lives. You know, God bless Madeline and her family and other millions of Americans who have lost their loved ones by the violence on the street that they, you know, they placate the criminals, the violent criminals. They come to steal, kill, and destroy. This is why I also, again, I call these two Thriller and Killer.